And I think you can really let things fuck you over if you allow it. You know, if you don't talk about it, even if it's only once and never spoken about again. Just saying it, fabricating it in some form other than what's in your head, writing, art, performance, a way of giving insight into what you're thinking. I'm not surprised my mum lived with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. Let's just say, her life was less than ideal. I remember going to visit her in the mental institution when I was 3 or 4 with a barking toy dog. She told me off for making it back because someone in another room would come out and get angry. My dad held my hand tighter and pulled me closer to him. She missed my 4th birthday too, but it didn't feel particularly weird or as though someone was missing. They're my earliest memories. When I was about 12, she lied about having cancer. Although it may have been a cry for help and attention, she had used it for every excuse of not getting out of bed or doing anything productive. Stuck in the same 4 walls, stuck in her own head. As a child, you don't really know what's going on or how to deal with things, and that's how it continued. I often spent most of my time in my bedroom, not because that's what a typical teen does, because that's the place I could best get away from her stress. Maybe on top of general teenage tendencies, I had no patience with her. She was difficult to be around. There were countless volatile moments. I'd enter the house and immediately be pissed off. I used to be so reserved. However, at 15, my mum was admitted into a mental institution again. I was revising for an exam, but it seems like such a pivotal moment in my mind, even though I wasn't in the room. She was in the middle, waving a knife, screaming, shouting, "I'm going to kill you, I'm going to fucking kill you, man. You're not going to get me and my children." This wasn't the first time we were made aware of the voices in her head. I told my friend about it the next day. I'm not saying I didn't have a happy childhood. You accept things for what they are when you're raised in such an environment. There's so much more to tell. Looking back, we should have handled things with her better, but she was an alcoholic and for the most part, willing to help herself. It's weird, because I always thought she was going to die whilst I was young. It wasn't really a huge out-of-the-blue surprise at 16. I mean, I was shocked. I cried my eyes out. I think the death of someone will always be this huge moment. I considered going to a therapist, but there's always been this off-putting vision of it. It seems like it has such a behind-the-alleyway aspect to it, if that makes sense. I suppose it's kind of ironic, because without my mum being the way she was, I probably wouldn't be so emotionally stable now. I know I'm able to wait for problems to fade. If I'd lived a normal childhood, would I face something else and would that affect me worse? Or would I have to face what you've endured? I'm honestly so happy, so content with life. I know there'll be more pain, but that's okay. I find people's stories so interesting, so intriguing. Maybe it's the fact that they don't talk about it. Maybe it is the way that they shy away from it that makes it so appealing. It's painful, so I get it. Everyone knows pain in some form or another, and if they don't, they soon come to realise it.